Alright everybody, this is rebelfrak, and I just wanted to talk again about what we had discussed in my environmental ethics class, and that was about non-human life, specifically the role of viruses and bacteria and germs, and those viruses that have been around for, I'm going to guess, centuries, millennia, that have evolved and continued living. I believe that they have a right to life, okay, and I believe that nature is balanced, and that for every natural sickness or disease there has to be a cure in nature also. And my understanding is, in terms of like creating medicines and cures for diseases, that a lot of times, I know for some poisons, that a lot of times the cure is part of the poison, maybe in smaller doses, okay, but that's at least something a theory that I've heard. At any rate, what I'm saying is that because nature is balanced, that perhaps there is a role that those viruses play in terms of keeping things a bit more balanced. Right now, because we have eliminated a lot of diseases, and i.e. viruses, man has a greater chance of survival, of living longer and healthier lives. And is that good? Okay, this is a question that we didn't really discuss. I mean, we did on some levels, but not thoroughly in this environmental ethics class. But so it's a question that I pose to you: is man's existence on this earth, is it really good for the planet and the majority of the other species that inhabit this world, considering the damage that we have done? When you look at the history of the world and the existence of a lot of other species, their time on the earth in comparison to ours is much longer, and they have done far less damage than we have done in a shorter amount of time. So perhaps those viruses, by eliminating them, we have made it possible for us to live longer and healthier lives. And in the long run, is that good? And we have, one of the other questions that that we talked about in that class, which I shared with you, was, okay, so we decide that every human and non-human has a right to life. Okay, so then we went further and looked at, is all life equally valuable, or is some life forms less valuable? If so, which ones, and who gets to decide? Well, we live in a society, a global society and system, which has done just that. And I'm going to show you, that there are certain people and certain lives that have been deemed not as important. This system that we're in is topsy-turvy. Okay, it doesn't work for the majority of the planet, for the majority of the species on the planet. It doesn't work. It doesn't work for the majority of people on the planet. The system that is in place, in all honesty, works for a select few, and I don't think that we're part of that select few. Those of you who believe that you are in a better position than perhaps me or other people because of your race and your gender, know that, in all honesty, there are deliberative bodies and corporate entities which do not consider you a part of their membership. And your life is just as expendable as that of someone whom you believe is disenfranchised. Okay? So with that in mind, let's talk about those lives that let's just talk about this system here for a second. Okay? As I said in a vlog a long time ago, that there is that the system in place in terms of food, the distribution of food, that it is completely askew, that it is imbalanced, that it leaves a major portion of the world starving. Okay, so obviously a value has been placed on lives. One species, their life is considered less valuable, and another species, their life is considered valuable. Okay. Oh. Okay, this is a cow. This cow's life is considered more valuable than your life and my life. Okay? That is a species that a value has been placed on it. This cow and other cows and cattle, they get more food than you or I. They are then turned into a food item, and it doesn't make as much food as it consumes, but its life is considered more valuable than yours and mine. Okay, and obviously a value has been placed on this child's life also. This is a picture of a child who lives in a part of the world that I'd mentioned where there is food being grown there, but the food is being shipped away to feed cows, who are then turned into a commodity, and the commodity is not sent back down to her part of the world where she can eat. Okay, so a value has been placed on her life as well as the cows, and as well as yours and mine. Okay, so this right here, this is the statistic I was talking about. Okay, this is about let me pull back a little here so you can. Okay, this is soy. Okay, of the soy that is grown in the world, 74% of it, okay, is used to feed food animals, and only 26% of it is used to feed you, me, people in other parts of the world, or convert it to some type of a combustible fuel. Okay, so am I clear now? Is it making a little more sense? There is a value that has been placed on lives, and your life and my life and those of other people in the world, our life is not as valuable, okay?